Okay, so we've got our two panels laid out on the backer board. We got our two inlet 2-inch conduit knockouts ready, and we have the mounting locations pre-marked. So basically we can take the backer board over, set it on the right angle brackets that we set up on the unistrut. And we have the backing nuts pre-positioned, so the bolts should drop right into place. And I think we'll feed this through afterwards. Let's see how it goes. This is running a little bit downhill. Actually, the panel is level, so my building, this girt must be running a little bit downhill, which wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it's a little bit downhill. It's also possible that these brackets aren't exactly even. Let's try giving that a little persuasion in the up direction. Actually looks very good. I think that'll be just fine. Outstanding. Oh, you hung it upside down. See the knockout?
That's kind of dumb that the slots both go the same way.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Or opposite ways anyway.
Let's start with my left, your right. So just give me some pressure on the sleeve up against.
It's like running into the back of the panel. I don't know what I need to push for.
Yeah, but when I push this T-bushing in, it's going to push away from the panel. So just counteract that. It's a telescoping connection. It will slide and collapse. So basically, this is a 2-inch PVC sleeve that protects the edges of the wire from the sharp edges of the knockout, and it telescopes for different wall thicknesses. So that's a pretty slick feature. Trying them for the first time. This PVC cement is a bit past its prime, but should be okay for this one last job. All right, you ready on that one on the left? Push towards me. Push it more. All right. Not bad. Now, unfortunately, this one can't see from the camera. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to prime it here. You need to push that one towards me more.
So I don't know how this thing goes together, but it's like
It telescopes. Grab it close to the wall and just shove hard towards me.
let's see. I'm looking behind it now. More.
Just shove hard, and it won't go but so far, because then it'll hit the panel. That's touching. All right, so I'm going to shove this in. Push hard. How hard can you push? Can you push harder?
Are you?
I'm shoving it all the way up.
Are you square?
Yeah, but it. I think that one froze when it was not all the way in. All right, we'll switch over to the inside and do the same thing. Okay. Bear with me. That one there. Prime this one up. Now on this one, just the sleeve that's closest to us has to be the thing that's pushed. We'll have to throw this can away after this job. It's too thick. All right. Let me run that screw in tight, and that way the panel won't move away. slick little system they got. So basically now just two sets of parallel feeders for this panel, that panel, and it's ready for inspection. So the goal when you're working with any cable is to get the insulation stripped without marring the actual conductors. And I don't work with the big stuff often enough to get good with it. And we're going to use this anti-oxidation coating for aluminum. Basically have to muscle it in. You have to look up the proper torque for these. And we'll get the rest of these screws tightened as well. Alright, see if I can do a decent job on this one. Doesn't take much to cut through the jacket. This one needs an even tighter bend to get to its terminal.
Still have those rakes over here.
Yes, they're leaning up against the Spitfire. have this as a loop, but both of these are going to come up and be the same phase. I'm going to make them on the left here. That is we'll just call it phase A, and I want all the lefts to be on the same and all the rights to be on the same. This is actually a bigger these lugs will take up to a 250 circular mil conductor. What we've got is 4/0, so it's a size or two underneath it. I have bigger cable cutters, and I may have to get them. Because this is not happening. All right, let's get the bigger ones. I've got my bigger cable cutters from Harbor Freight. These made pretty good progress on the aluminum cable. So I just need to set up this second connection onto this lug. So we're doing basically the first, phase A onto the same side of each interior panel. It's nice to use the lettering as a reference for your cut lengths. Sometimes I can get this just right, or I can pull it off by hand. Other times, not so lucky. Not too bad. A couple different manufacturers of the Noah locks. Ideal, GB has one. This tube split on me, so I'm going to use this up. Probably just toss it after today. Someone who does this only occasionally, I can't imagine ever using up even one of these tubes in your lifetime. But since this one's oozing everywhere, move to the inside and get the interior connections made on the second phase, and then we'll come back out here, and then the last thing will be the Neutral.